We are at the pay-per-view Ground Zero. Uh, we are seeing, I think, 8 matches on the card, maybe 9. Well, one pre-show, and I know there's 8 matches. Nation Turmoil. Pretty much, the story is that after DX beat the Nation Domination, the Nation kind of split up, where the Godfather was taken out by Mark Henry, and D'Lo Brown didn't like that because him and the Godfather always teamed together, so they had a little bit of rapport. Bob Holly joins Mark Henry last week. This is not like a huge big storyline. Mark Henry and Bob Holly aren't permanent tag partners at all. Just a way to get everyone involved. Road Warriors versus Corporation. Just a way to show the Corporation is a formidable tag team. X-Pac, he's a European champ the second time, and he's a 6th European champ. Just won it from Owen Hart. Chris Candido, the fastest rising star in my company, probably ever. Excuse me. Is challenging for the title, and they're fighting tonight. Brian Pillman versus Mankind. Pretty much Mankind. Brian Pillman traded wins after interference from Marlena, and then interference from Marlena and Al Snow. We're seeing the third, maybe final match of the feud tonight with Brian Pillman versus Mankind. It'll be interesting to see if Marlena gets involved or not. The Marvelous Ones, I've said it many times and I'll say it again. The biggest surprise in the series so far is Mark Mara and Mike Barton. They really took over the New Age Outlaws role after Billy Gunn died in the game. And I ran with it. So, I gave them the ball and they really ran with it. So, it's going to be them versus Rabid Dog, Road Dogg, and Batista. Batista replaces Billy Gunn in China as the Muscle and Road Dogg's partner. So, I figured that was a good way to, excuse me, I was probably really loud. Break 2 eggs with 1 stone, or hit 2 birds with 1 stone. Yeah, there we go. Alright, number 3, Triple H versus William Regal. The Un-Americans want to take the Intercontinental title from the American scumbag, for lack of a better term, Triple H. And William Regal is the one to do it tonight. Then Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Kane, first blood match. And then also The Rock, Owen Hart, and Undertaker in number 1 contendership match. So the story is Kane versus Stone Cold would be, how is Stone Cold going to get this guy to bleed? I think that would get actually a decent amount of pay-per-view buys, because people would be like, how would Stone Cold get the guy to bleed? He's not going to lose to Kane, come on. Who knows? Okay, so I lost my train of thought. I apologize. Pretty much, Stone Cold versus Kane. How's Stone Cold going to win? And then Owen Hart versus Rock versus Undertaker. Is Owen and The Rock going to team up to take on Undertaker and take him out? Or is it just going to be a free-for-all? 3-for-all. There we go, pun intended. So, that's a semi-main event as well. So, let's kick it off with the pre-show. Too Cool versus Un-Americans match. Alright, so the pre-show starts off with Lance Storm and Matt Bloom defeating Too Cool as their first time tagging together. Well, not first, because I don't know how pre-show would work. Would it be like the fans get to watch it? But since it's 98, YouTube wasn't invented for another 7 years, which is crazy if you think about it. YouTube's only 11 years old. So I guess this would just be for the fans in arena who wouldn't really get to see, or the online fans and stuff like that, fans at home wouldn't be able to get to see. Pretty good match. Lance Storm, hell of a hand. I really enjoy his Twitter, if you guys have a Twitter. So let's go to the pre-show battle. Ahmed Johnson wins after he eliminated Al Snow last. Pretty much just a way to throw everyone who didn't have a match on the card. No biggie who wins. Alright, so we go to video package with Stone Cold Kane. Start off the actual pay-per-view with people wondering how Stone Cold gonna get Kane to bleed. We then go to Chris Candido versus X-Pac, where Chris Candido gets the upset and wins the European title over X-Pac, becoming the new European champion. Pretty much people think, wow, Chris Candido, this would be his first test outside of the Stone Cold match that would see how the fans react to him being a champion and see how I'm going to book him as a champion. So we'll see from that. European title moves around a lot, but I think that's what it was intended for me at least. From there we go straight into Mark Henry and Bob Holly versus D'Lo Brown the Godfather. I couldn't find a D'Lo Brown picture. I'll try again. But the Godfather wins when he defeated Bob Holly with a shoulder breaker. Pretty much, who do you think who's going to win this match? I mean, it's pretty predictable. End of the feud. Here, Triple H cuts a promo on William Regal, just telling him to suck it, basically. And then William Regal has a promo on Triple H saying, "In great, blah, blah, blah." William Regal just doing what he does. We then see Triple H versus William Regal end when Triple H wins after Val Venus interference was botched. Pretty much a way to have this feud continue and not have Triple H win cleanly, because it's sometimes, babyface winning clean first match just doesn't make sense. Definitely if he's a champion. And also, since I do that so much with Stone Cold, it loses its effect. William Regal versus Val Venus, or William Regal and Val Venus attack Triple H to get their heat back. From there we get a Rock cutting promo on Undertaker and Owen Hart, just a way to show some continuity in the show. From there we go to Road Warriors cutting promo on Umaga and Ken Shamrock. The Corporation gets the win here. And when Ken Shamrock defeats Road Warrior Hawk with submission by the ankle lock. Road Warriors, they're falling down even to me, and they're towards the end of their run. So, I don't know, just see how I can use them to get new guys over, or maybe give them one last run with the titles, or who knows what. They're arguably the best tag team ever. So, pay them respect and don't job them out completely. Like, LOD's not going to lose to Headbangers anytime soon. Brian Pillman cuts a promo on Mankind, and here he's also a dick to Marlena. I think that stuff's subtle, so I'm not going to go out of my way and put it in here just because it takes a lot of time, and I don't really have a lot. Then we see a video package of all Brian Pillman's recent history and Mankind's involvement in their past couple matches. Then we go to the match. Pretty damn good match with Mankind getting the win over Brian Pillman. Marlena botched interference. Pretty much a way to continue the feud. Brian Pillman gets a reason to bitch. Mankind gets a win. And maybe the feud's over, maybe not. From there we go straight into Marvelous One's cutting a promo. Once again, no complaints. We then go to Batista and Red Dog cut a promo about becoming tag team champs and what it means to them. They then go on to win the tag team championships over the Marvelous Ones. And, X-Pac loses their title. Triple H retains his. Road Dogg and Batista win theirs. So I think that's a little interesting, DX story right there. So it's going to be interesting to see, what happens with X-Pac. Because he pretty much all DX could have been champions if it wasn't for him. Owen Hart cuts a promo on The Undertaker right before a video package. Everything going on in their desire for the title, nothing huge. We then go into a match with The Undertaker winning. He pins Owen Hart with a Tombstone Piledriver, protecting The Rock, once again for obvious reasons. To be said later. And, I really think this would have been a fun feud. It beats The Rock, Owen Hart, Mankind in my opinion. Or Rock, Mankind, Ken Shamrock. As The Undertaker is more of a star than Mankind. Owen Hart times more of a star than Ken Shamrock. And The Rock's a bigger star now than he was then. So we know Undertaker's going on the main event next pay-per-view. So the question is against who? And then what's next for The Rock and Owen Hart? We didn't see Paul Bearer cut a promo on Kane and Stone Cold. Another video package with Kane. And then we go to the match where, another good rating. Kane wins the title. Once again, kind of stealing a finish from the real life thing. Undertaker comes down, hits Stone Cold with the chair, busting him open. And then Kane wins the title from Undertaker's hands. This would leave the show at the end, or the show to suspenseful end, where people would want to come in and watch tomorrow and be like, "Why Undertaker? Why'd you do it?" And then Kane is champ. What's next for that? Because Kane's still a new character, in a sense, he hasn't been oversaturated or overused. So the fans, would be like, okay, this guy's legit. Let's see. 89 rating. I'll take that. I was hoping the two main events did better, but I'm happy with Kane and Stone Cold, definitely since Kane won. And, he's not as popular as Stone Cold. So for me to bitch about that's a little ridiculous. But Mankind, Brian Pillman, very good. Let's give Brian Pillman some praise. No big deal here. Next episode, once again, continuing to fight against WCW and see how it is. It's a goofy picture. Thank you guys for watching and have a good one.